What's up, everybody? I just wanted to do a quick video since it's really, really windy outside and I just don't feel like going because I fly pretty much every single day. I'm going to go ahead and show you this tiny whoop that I built just from buying different things. So as you can see here, this is just a small little drone by the size of it in my fingers. And the camera's even smaller. So if you're not familiar with FPV, it's first person view, and that is how you see while you put on these goggles here, and you use your controller and you fly around it's like flying around like a bird. So this is a really cheap way to get into it. I wanted a tiny whoop and I wanted to see if I would enjoy flying around inside. So I went ahead and I got a $20, if you can imagine the drone without the camera on there. I just bought that from my local Hobby Town, USA. And it comes with the controller. And this runs off of 3 AAAs. And this runs off of a little LiPo battery that comes with it. It's a 3.7 volt and they're very, very inexpensive. And on Amazon, you can actually get this drone for the same price or a little cheaper with 2 batteries. Just do your research. Any one of these little guys is pretty good. Just make sure it has stabilization and gyro. That's the main thing you're going to want. And they pretty much all do now. So for the camera, this is a Wolf Whoop. This camera, if you're not familiar with them, it's just an all-in-one transmitter and camera, and it's very small and it's very lightweight. They make them even a little bit smaller than this, I think. But this one in particular, I think weighs about 5 grams. It's a Wolf Whoop. It's a 40 channel, and it has 3 power settings, which is I think 2 milliwatts, 0.1 or 0.2 milliwatts, 25 milliwatt, and 200 milliwatt. So plenty of range for that, and it doesn't use a lot of power, especially if you have it set on the lowest setting, which I have right now. And it doesn't get too hot. It's a little warm, but it doesn't get too hot, so it's not that bad. I don't see any need to have it on 200 unless you're flying a little bit bigger whoop. But this little tiny thing, 25 milliwatts is probably the highest setting you would probably want this set at. So how I mounted it was just 2 zip ties. And let me unplug it here so I can take it apart and show you. All I did was use 2 zip ties. And I attached it by just cutting 2 slits. You can see that in the canopy, and I ran 2 zip ties through so it would square out on the top, as you can see here. It's not too tight. I used a little bit of VHB underneath and a little bit of sticky foam right there just to raise the camera just a little bit, which raises it just enough. And that's all that's attaching it. So, and which has been, I wreck it quite a bit, and so it's done pretty well. It's pretty durable. So the power is connected through it. Now this camera uses you have to pay attention if you go ahead and do this project. When you buy one of these cameras, make sure that the voltage is like 3 to 6 volts on these, and you can't use any more. It has to be the same voltage that's running off of these batteries. And this is a 1-cell battery, so it's usually around 3.7 volts is your mid-range. Your high charge will be like 4.2 volts. So this runs this camera just fine. And I just soldered it to the rear terminal points. You can see here for the battery. It's just soldered right on there, right onto the tips of the back side of the plug there. Get this one out of the way. So the back side of the board, the pins for that plug, I just soldered right to. Really easy to do. Just make sure you pre-solder or pre-tin your wire and your terminals, and it'll connect really easily. And then I just feed the wire out the back like so. This little canopy just pops on with a couple pins, so it makes it really easy to pop on and off if needed. And that's it. I just leave that exposed like that. You can probably put some, additional tape on that. Maybe stick it to the VHB, whatever. But yeah, pretty simple. These batteries last about, depending on how you fly, I'd say 3 to 5 minutes. And they're, like I said, they're really cheap. You can get them for a couple dollars a piece, maybe $1 a piece, something like that. And you can buy them in bulk on Amazon. Turn this controller off. So, really easy way to get into FPV. And a headset, and you can get one of these for about $50. Mine is very, very inexpensive as well. It's I think I paid $60 or $65 for it, and it works great. You can get these things; they go all the way up to hundreds of dollars. Where the goggles are like $400, and you got to buy modules that go in the side. So this works for me for now. I'm good with this. And to get into FPV, I think it's a perfect match for, getting one of these little tiny whoops, if that's your interest. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. And if you want to see more content related to drones and FPV, and you enjoy my channel, please subscribe. And have a great day, and thank you very much.